Hey everyone, today we have with ourselves a very special guest who's going to talk to us about the field of HR, right? And I think it is very important to talk about HR in particular because people and like students in general, the potential workforce, the future workforce, honestly thinks that it is a easier field compared to other industries, or it's not as complex as maybe finance or maybe consulting and other fields, etc. Right? So, but then I think that these are just simple misconceptions. But who better to clear them up than someone who has worked extensively in this field? Than someone like a person who has worked for almost 4 decades in this industry and has been holding key positions like presidency level positions from like about 2 decades itself in major companies like DLF, Hindustan Power, Avada, Greenco, and Gillette, Fortis, etc. Right? And the very special guest we have today with us is Mr. Ramanatri. And thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So I think largely my question is about the perception that the younger generation has towards HR, being that it is an easier field compared to others. What do you think about that? Like, what's the reality of HR?
First, thank you, Rudra, for inviting me to talk to you about HR, my one passionate profession I am into. I think basically HR is generally HR is underestimated by a lot of people, including the youngsters in the college or maybe in a BA student or engineering student. I think they feel HR is just doing compliance or doing time of his job or making salaries or taking recruitment only. I think in my view, HR is a very larger, very broader perspective, and HR is not a support function, it is strategic with this partnering role in the industry or the corporate or in the society. I think HR play a key role for any organization from recruitment to the board level. For example, when HR comes to in field, I think people feel this is a low pay salary pay also. I think that's also wrong conception or thinking or thought process in any mind. I think in today's world, I work with large companies in the last 38 years. I found that HR is one of the key function or key department or key role for any company. I think let's be very honest. HR is a very one of the best profession in my life or my views, and good for anyone who is passionate about people, who understand human psychology, who understand the human emotions, and dealt with large number of people challenges. I think HR is the only function who play key role for enhancing capacity, capabilities, and competencies of any individual or any organization. And this is one of the best job in my life.
Yes, sir. Truly, sir. So, जैसे आपने बोला अभी, so I think आपकी बातों से ही पता चल रहा है कि how passionate you are about HR, and this was always the plan, right? This was the end goal कि हाँ HR जो करना है, जो height पे पहुंचना है, HR में ही पहुंचना है. So, but exactly story क्या है? How did it start? ये सब start कैसे हुआ? कहाँ से हुआ?
I told you I am a passionate HR person. I am not a defaulter by default into HR. I am by design. I think when I'm a child of 10th class student or 12th class student, the people that time in my days, I'm now 58, 59 years running my life or age, and that time people don't understand HR. And I talk about HR in my school days. People laugh on me, what is HR? And I decided to move into HR because my dad worked for a private sector, a company like Renbexi, and I am with him day and night, and I'm supporting him when I'm a child. I think, and that days, and this is our beginning of understanding HR and understanding human psychology, because that time Renbex is a large company, a lot of workforce are working there. So I understood, yeah, this is where I can play a key role for making people more competent, making people more happy, making people more agile, and supporting them so they can be more competent for the organization, for the society, and for the larger roles. I think I am passionate HR. I told you earlier also, I'm repeating once again. I am passionate. I think I believe in the person, for example, that is the biggest challenge in our country right now. I think a lot of people not able to take guidance, or luckily, bad luckily, they are not able to take guidance for family or not. Sometimes there is a family man also not able to support them to what they choose. I think, in my view, I think my advice to all of you youngsters, I think after graduation, or I think when you are into BBA, BBA, or BCom, or whatever you're doing, I think you must decide where you want to move. Otherwise, you want to hayway, you are here and there. I think one should be very much clear about the passion. I think when you align your passion with your role, I think you can make your life or your family more happier and healthier also. Both passion wise, fulfillment wise, and enjoyment wise.
Yes, sir, I completely understand, and that's such a great opinion that you have, and such a true one as well. सर बट लाइक एज अ कॉलेज स्टूडेंट हमारा एक मेन गोल रहता है कि ग्रेजुएशन कर रहे हैं तो प्लेसमेंट होगी एंड अच्छी प्लेसमेंट होगी, एंड ये ड्रीम होता है सबका कि आप ग्रेजुएशन करने से पहले ही आपके हाथ में एक ऑफर लेटर आएगा तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. बट एक ऐसी चीज़ है कि एच आर हैंडल करता है प्लेसमेंट्स, ऑब्वियसली हायरिंग, रिक्रूटिंग, एवरीथिंग इज एच आर्स वर्क. तो बट कहीं ना कहीं हाउ डज कैंपस प्लेसमेंट वर्क, ये एक मिस्ट्री है, राइट? ये कहीं ना कहीं एक थोड़ा सा शैडो में है कि अंदर क्राइटेरिया होते क्या है, जो आपके रिक्रूटर्स हैं वो क्या सोचते हैं, एंड हाउ डू दे एक्चुअली डिसाइड. क्योंकि जो सब स्टूडेंट्स को लगता है कि इस क्राइटेरिया पे डिसाइड कर रहे हैं, दे आर समहाउ बिट मोर.
I think Rupa, you are asking how we select youngsters to campus to corporate.
Yeah.
For all the field, not only HR, like finance, like marketing, like operations, or like strategic roles. I think it's a very good question. I think when we go for college, generally we took one test of taking IQ, MQ, or SQ, or emotional intelligence of a person. The test may be around your academic background. After that, there is a lot of interviews and discussions of your overall personality or persona, what type of person you are. I think, in my view, when companies go to corporate, the HR see attitude, behavioral competencies, attitude, and mindset of the person. How he or she is culturally fit in the organization. How he or she is energetic. I think जैसे हिंदी में कहते हैं ना कि fire and valley, कि this person is energy. And I think I also believe when I hire person, I see attitude first. I think skills can be hired and fired, but attitude is a fundamental DNA of the individual. So I think that's the most important aspect for hiring from corporate side to campus to corporate. After hiring, the persons go through a lot of 1 year training where we trained them how they behave. Like when we are in college, the behavioral aspect is different. When you are in corporate, you need to deliver something different. I think I will repeat once again: the hiring, your attitude, your energy level, how your persona reflect your overall personality to individual for 10 to 20 or 30 minutes interaction. I think that's an important aspect, other than your academic background or academic records or your results or your numbers. That's all.
Yes, sir. Sir, next question I'll land, and this is something that I'm very curious about. Seeing as you've already stated the importance of being emotionally connected and empathetic towards your employees and towards your juniors and in general towards whoever follows you, right? Whoever is a part of your team. But back in like the older generation of HR heads, they always had a perception that they could not be connected to their employees. They could not be emotionally available or empathetic. That would somehow make their opinion, or that would somehow make them weak, or they would not be as influential, right? So
I think Rudra, I got your question. It's a very good, valid question. I think in my journey of 39 years of the corporate, I also interact with such people in HR. I think I believe in, when I started my career, HR is a controller, is not a dandawala to control workforce, to control people. HR is a facilitator, to facilitate people. If somebody, for example, in my own experience, if somebody is not coming to office for 3 days, 4 days, I see a lot of my colleagues in past, they just send letters, or you are not coming to office, we'll take a disciplination. But in my view, I first call the person to understand the person's psychological failure of success, or understand the family needs, and to understand the basic fundamental issues with the family, or maybe spouse, or maybe children. I want to address that first, because the role of HR is not only just to run policies or making like a controller department to just do issuing letters or warning or something like that. I believe you persons should be happy. Your person should be come with happiness, with smile to your organization, and when you go home, with smile. our role is not end in the boundaries. In my belief, if I'm a true HR person, I never believe in boundaries. For example, somebody working for me today will not working tomorrow, but that will remain my I think bread and butter for whole life, because I believe in person. I never say the person is wrong or right. I think the situation can be turned around when if he or she found a right HR person who can definitely give some time to develop the skills. I think that's a wrong perception in the student or the society. HR is a bigger role outside boundaries of the factories or offices also, where we can contribute to larger society for developing student, developing people in college or school or small, not only school or college, rehabilitation also. I did in my own experience, I did a lot of rehabilitation in slum areas where I can contribute to life of the people. I think HR is very, in my view, is one of the best profession and can contribute for the larger society, larger role globally, not country wise, not district wise. Basically you deal with the people, and one of the best thing is how you can convert a stone into gold into diamond.
Is it? So like it is truly intriguing to see like how a senior HR person's opinion differs from someone at mid level, that they are just their definitions are so much different from yours, because you have experienced so much like different aspects of HR itself, and you have come to the true meaning of HR, and you have explained it to us beautifully, and I think everyone watching this has also understood, and this is really beneficial for them. So last question before everything. You being having achieved so much, and I think you became a CHR of so many companies at a relatively young age, and then you held presidency like positions in so many companies later on. How does a typical day in such a huge personalities, in such a person holding such huge influence, how does a typical day look like for you?
I start my day with very laughing and smiling, and I interact with people when I start my day. My day start with a lot of time I go on to recruitment, hiring, and developing people. And I always believe in let people come with the happiness and go with the happiness. So I start my day first interact with my teammates, then other departments and other people, other HODs or other my larger employees of my pool, talent pool. And most of the time my time goes into how I can enhance my employee engagement score. But that's my bread and butter. If my employees are engaged, they are well engaged in the company, they are well trained, I can help them to develop their capacity, capabilities, and commitment. I think that is key to success. So I always focus three things: how I can enhance communication first, how I enhance capacity building and capability building. I think I work on 3 C's in my life, and my day starts with these 3 things: enhancing capacity, enhancing commitment from the individuals, and enhancing the capability of the company, where I can truly turn around the company by ROI. I think and second, I want to say here in last of my question into my answer, I am a behavioral economics also. I believe in a behavioral economics theory where I utilize my behavioral skills and utilize others' behavioral skills for the economy of the company, and not only company, to growth of the country. I truly believe in that. So I work around behavioral economics, and most of the time I always believe in people. So I spend my time and when I'm at home also, I interact on my chat, GPad, maybe WhatsApp group or whatever you call it. I spend my most of time people. मैं अगर हिंदी में कहूँ तो एक ही कहा होगा कि सोता है चार हूँ, खाता है चार हूँ, नहाता है चार हूँ और जीता है चार हूँ. इसके अलावा मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, it has been such a pleasure hearing you talk about this field, etc. Right? And so much subtle hints that you've given कि भाई जो तुम HR में जब घुसते हो एंट्री लेवल पे, तो तुम्हारे इतने सारे मिसकंसेप्शंस होते हो. तुम्हारा बिहेवियर इज कहीं ना कहीं डिक्टेटर वाला कि भाई तुम्हें पावर होल्ड करनी, तुम ऐसे ही ऊपर बढ़ोगे. बट आपने इतनी सारी मिसकंसेप्शंस क्लियर करी, एंड आई थिंक कि जो आपको इतने सालों में आपने जो भी एक्सपीरियंस अर्न करा है, जो भी आपने आप अल्टीमेट डेफिनेशन पे पहुंचे हो एचआर की, कि हाउ टू बी लाइक ए ट्रूली रियली ग्रेट एचआर पर्सन. आई थिंक आज जो भी देख रहे हैं उन सबको पता चला है कि at entry level itself उन्हें पता चल गया है कि this is the true definition of HR, and as long as you stick to it, success is pretty much guaranteed in this field. Thank you so much, sir.
I think I'm summarized by saying here once again to all your young students, don't keep any ego in your mind. don't attach with any title, don't attach with any money waiting. I think that's not a right thing in any age. Money is byproduct. I think respect is by your karma. I think don't believe in high hierarchies or high controlling situations. Always be a giver. I think that's a big word to all of you. Let's be a learn. I say all of your students or all of your teachers, learn, contribute and enjoy. Generally that's my fundamental things for your all young generation. First learn, then contribute to yourself, to your family, to your society, to your nation, then enjoy your life. Generally what happened today's environment, I think people, youngsters, they first see the enjoyment. I think that's a wrong conception of misinterpretations or I think not good for the family, good for the society, good for the country, good for the world. I think let's be learn, contribute and enjoy. So my best wishes to all of you. Learn, contribute and enjoy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.